So, hi Dorothy, how are you today?
Well, I'm just great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to chat with you. I'll just introduce us really quickly. I'm Kate West. I'm one of
Yeah,
the actors on the film When Lightning Strikes. It's a
yeah.
movie about awakening experiences and how to integrate them and how to support yourself through what can often be a very disorienting time. And it's
Uh,
based off of my own experience with a Kundalini Awakening that turned my life upside down. And I'm really excited to talk with you today because you've been someone who throughout the whole journey has provided me with hope and inspiration and eagerness to experience the joys of this, the fruits of this, and also friendship. It's lovely that I can just call you and get
I know.
someone who understands and have a friendly voice to
It's great.
be on this journey. So Dorothy is an author and someone who had her own really powerful awakening experience with Kundalini. When was it?
1981. Now just think how long ago that was.
Too.
1981.
Amazing. And you had no context for it because you were in Kansas and you were.
Well, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, in a general way. I didn't know much about Kundalini.
Yeah.
But at that time, you see, Kundalini was almost unknown in the West.
Yeah.
And certainly it was unknown in Kansas.
Yes.
And I knew that was what was happening to me because I had in effect wanted it to happen and literally made it happen,
Mhm.
which you're not supposed to be able to do, but I did anyway.
That's.
And so I didn't have any teacher,
Mhm.
any guru, and there was no internet. Now you can just punch on Kundalini on the internet and get thousands of sites. You can walk around and see all the yoga studios that call themselves Kundalini Yoga Studios. There was nothing like that. I didn't know. I knew one person who knew what Kundalini was.
Mhm.
One.
It's amazing.
And so I was alone on the journey for basically for 15 years.
That's amazing. And what you're talking about, that sort of lack of information, is exactly why we're making this film, because even though there is the internet today and there's
Yeah.
information out there, a lot of it's just, you know,
Wrong.
it's wrong and it's not helpful and it can become even more traumatizing to a person going through this. And
I know. That's why I just love this project.
I'm
I
so.
thought to think that I lived long enough to see something like this happening. And I think it's wonderful what you're doing.
That's
A lot of congratulations.
I'm so glad that you're a part of it. And we were supposed to be filming this week actually at your place in,
Oh, yeah.
but because of the coronavirus, we're doing it virtually.
Yeah.
Um, but I just want to give people a little bit of information about you. I know you have a new book coming out called Kundalini Wonder.
I-
Um, Tell us about that.
okay. Shall I show it?
Yeah, yeah,
I've got it right. We're reading the proofs
perfect.
even this week. Okay. This is the book. It's called Kundalini Wonder. And then the subtitle is, believe it or not, The God Goddess in Your Body. Because when Kundalini is right, when it's in the correct alignment with the frequencies and so forth, it really feels like that there's a God inside your body making love to you in a very strange and wonderful way. So this book consists of reflective passages that I wrote over many years about. It's not like most Kundalini books. It's not about what is, describing Kundalini or how to have it or what a shock is. It's not that at all. It's simply reflections
Mhm.
on Kundalini and all the things it can do and all the many ways it can appear. And it's got everything from children to elders to all sorts of things. So I think people are going to like it if they've had a taste, even a taste of Kundalini, because you are desperate at that time for connection with others who know something about this phenomenon. And
Right.
it's changing your body practically every hour. You know, it's a total transformation of your body. Ultimately, it may take a long time, but even down to the cellular level, every pore and every ligament in your body will be ultimately transformed. And of course, that isn't always the easiest thing because it's like a birth. And birth itself is not always easy, but you're awfully glad it happens. And then you love the fruits of it. So I feel very honored to be part of your project and very thrilled that you are doing this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. We're so happy to have found you and to have we're part of the film is we were going to come celebrate your, did you turn 93?
92. Just 92.
Over your 92nd birthday. So we'll have to do that, even though it'll be belated, but we'll do that when, the quarantine lifts. But we're thrilled to have you as part of it because you're someone who's lived through, just every different shade of it and has really a beautiful story to tell that I think can offer people a lot of hope and inspiration because it can be quite a tumultuous journey. And when Katrina and I came together and decided to do this project, or it decided to do us really, to give people hope because when I was going through the beginning stages of mine, I just felt completely hopeless. I felt like life was over. I felt like I was going crazy, that nothing was ever going to be the same again. And I didn't understand these symptoms that I was having. I saw all the traditional doctors, MRIs, brain scans, CAT scans, and then to find something like, your work and then finally have an understanding and a context for what's going on is like an oasis in this. It's actually life-saving, I think. So that's why I'm so grateful that you've put your work out there and you've let yourself be heard and seen. It's really a service to people who are going through this.
Well, since I had my own awakening in 1981, I have been totally committed to Kundalini in its many aspects. So one of the things I love to do now is to help other people on the journey, and many are in the same place that you just described. Am I going crazy? What is happening to me? And if you can just hear their story and tell them, no, you're not crazy. This is a wonderful transformation that you are going through. It may be a little tough at times, but it's ultimately fantastic. And I think you are very privileged to be part of it because I feel that now we're hearing awakening stories all over the planet. I mean, there really is a shift. There really is a global transformation. I personally think it is leading us into a mutation. I literally think we're changing so much that as a species, we are in the middle of mutation. And of course, people use the famous example, the caterpillar and the butterfly. Well, if a caterpillar could do it, why can't we? So anyway, it's a fascinating period.
Yeah, it truly is. And I guess let's just start by giving people an understanding of what Kundalini energy is. Because in the film, we focus on spiritual awakenings and sometimes what's referred to as spiritual emergence or emergency. And Kundalini is one of those types. So just for people who don't have really an awareness, or maybe this is the first time they're hearing about, a Kundalini awakening can look this way or that way. Can you give them just an understanding of what is that energy and what is it doing in your body?
I wish I had the answer to that. I think it's a mystery. I think Kundalini is an energy that we are born with. Everybody has it. But, okay, what is Kundalini? I think the best definition that we have is that it is the life force. It is it's the electromagnetic system, spiritual system of your body. I think it's what connects us to the deity, to the divine. I really do. And I believe that when it is right and it is functioning properly, and you have those experiences of raw ecstasy, and that's all you can say about it, I think that's the closest to, quote, God, source, divine, whatever you want to say, we're ever going to get in this lifetime. Because I think it's like the cosmos. What is the cosmos? It's too big for us to comprehend. So a lot of it is embedded in mystery, but it's a wonderful mystery, and it keeps unfolding. And more people are having this. I think it's marvelous. Yes, there are problems. Yes, you've had a tough time, my dear.
I've had a ride, a hellish ride, but I'm starting to finally see, some of the fruits of it, and the transformation continues to be revealed to me. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for guides like you and people giving me grounded information on what's actually happening, and so I can understand it and really.
Well, that's my pleasure, as I said, to help people who are going through this experience, because it can be very bewildering, very upsetting, very difficult and painful for some people.
Yes.
So I try to help as best I can.